All right, good morning, everybody. We are at our plant here at East Greenville, and the loader, Antonio, just finished the trailer. It is right here. He brought it over. This is normally where they set the trailers and put them on steam in like the holding area, but we're ready to go. So pre-trip's done. I greased the fifth wheel. I'd add a little bit of oil and refill the washer fluid. Other than that, we are set, ready to go. We got about a 2-hour drive across Philly over to Vineland, New Jersey. Just the way traffic is right now, we're gonna go up and grab some breakfast at the Wawa, and then we'll be on our way. All right, guys, so the Wawa didn't work out, so next best thing, I haven't had it in a while, some Mickey D's. Got a little bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. So we had to park on a back road over here, and we're gonna pull over and get on the turnpike and be good to go. Comes a nice W9 here, check this out. Good looking rig. Well, we made it down to 95 here. We're on 95 south for a little bit, and then 322 over the river into New Jersey. We got some steady traffic this morning, nothing crazy. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. We're on 95 south towards Chester. Podcast that I listen to on iHeartRadio for Steve Ranella, the Meteor podcast. He has a guest that's Chester the Investor. He's talking about his dabbling into Bitcoin and how he's making money off of that. They do a little piece on him every couple episodes. So the right lane ends here, the left lane ends up here. Oof. Yeah, coming to a stop. No surprise there. Don't be that person. Look at them. Cut that tractor trailer off right there. That's how you end up getting killed. Because that truck cannot stop. It's so dangerous. Alright, we're off of 95. It's continuing south to Wilmington, Delaware. And we're going 322 east. Now I have to take it extra easy around turns like this because of the liquid in the tank. This liquid's not too bad. It's not too light where there's a lot of room in the trailer. This trailer's probably about 95% full, but the liquid can really toss you over. Now we're going over the big bridge here. It's only 45 miles an hour. Soccer field. Here we go. this river is very high. There's water in places definitely that were not flooded the last time I was here. Still having a residual effect on it. Go through the toll booth here, get off the toll road. And we have about 45 minutes left. I don't know what's going on over here, whether they're putting a drainage in. Looks like maybe starting the drainage for a big distribution center or something on the sign. Yeah, look at all this. Oh yeah. Pipes in Guys, I don't know if you can see, this is where that tornado went through last week. This is incredible. These trees are just picked clean. Look, the roof's missing off that house. Oh, God, be with these people. Look at this. This is insane. Flagpole bent over back there. Wow. Wow. There's another big tree just buckled like it's no big deal. Fire engine going somewhere. I think this is downtown Vineland. It looks like we're in the Vineland business. Pretty nice little town here, I guess. All right, well, we are here at RFC in Vineland, New Jersey. We already got hooked up. We're already flowing. They were kind of in a hurry to get it hooked up before they went in and went to lunch. So we'll just show you right here. This is a mid-unload trailer. So halfway between the front and back, it drains to the middle here. So we got our main external valve just like on the rear, our steam inlet to steam the valve if we have to, and just our 3 to 2 inch reducer into our 2-inch hose up into their line, and it goes up to the top of their tank. So we use their air. They have an air line here that pressurizes the tank for us. We don't have to run our truck PTO compressor. So we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna grab a cool drink. It's warm, it's humid out here. You can tell I'm a little warm, sweaty. It's almost 90 degrees. Wind's blowing, which feels good, but it's humid. So we're gonna jump in, fill out our paperwork, grab a cool drink, and wait for this to get empty. Shouldn't be too long. All right. So one thing on these external valves that you need to check often are this wing nut here, this screw that clamps the external valve down, and then these bolts. You can see there's 2 of them there. You gotta make sure that they're tight. As you can see, we had a little bit of wax come out through the valve, so that let me know that those weren't cinched down. So I got my crescent wrench out, cinched them down, we're good to go. All right, guys, we're almost empty. I think I just saw the line bounce, so I'm gonna go check on it here in a minute. But I just want to kind of give you a heads up of what they do here. This company makes the cardboard packaging for produce and seafood. If you ever notice, like if you actually go to a real fish market or look at like the produce boxes at the grocery store, they have like the plastic or the waxy coating on it. Well, that has to be kosher. That has to be a specifically made cardboard box, and this company here does it. One of the cool things is right across the way is a small produce company, and if you can look, they do have a pretty good solar field. And then back here, there's actually guys back there picking plants. I don't know exactly what they're picking, but you'll see them get on this tractor, go out to the field, they load it up with the crates of stuff, and then they bring it in there, wash them, process it, whatever they do, and it gets shipped out. But that's pretty cool that these two businesses are right here next to each other. So, yep, that line looks empty, so we're gonna get it unhooked and back to the plant we go. All right, up here, guys, we're all done. We can tell our gauge is 0, so it's just blowing air in. That means the tank pressure has equalized with what's going in, so the line's empty. So we're gonna shut this off, and then this facility, they have a quick air chuck because they use a pressure washer with it as well. So that comes off. Sorry, it's hard to do left-handed. We'll just, okay, so that comes off. And then up here is just the adapter for the Chicago fitting. So that just pulls off. And then we open our valve back up to vent the pressure, make sure nothing builds up, and blows the pop off. Right here, guys, is the little hose that we would connect to this from our truck. So that line runs inside the insulation up into the top here, and we would connect that. All right, guys, this is our double female cam lock quick connect here. These are locking ears, they call these. So you have to depress that to get it to flop out. That's open. Now our hose is out. We got to do the same thing here. We press that, press this one, and we're done. Then we'll come back over here. We have to first go to our internal valve. And that releases the hydraulic pressure that I talked about that you pump up. That's released. So that is the inside valve that's closed. And then now we twist this off, back in. And normally, guys, what we would do is open this valve and we would bleed the pressure. But since it was empty the whole way and there was nothing in here, we didn't have to do that. So it was able to equalize through the top of the tank. So this comes off. Now our 3 to 2. Yeah, get a little bit on the ground. It'll harden pretty quick. You know, you can tell this stuff's already. And that's it. We'll scrape it up. The big cap goes on. And that's it. We'll put all our stuff away. Well, we're trying to make our way over to the Pennsylvania Turnpike, I guess. But we're still in New Jersey. So we're trying to get over to I-76. And then we're going to cut across Camden and Philly and be heading up towards Interstate 80. I just want to show you guys some of this merging here, this construction. This should be fun. Side's clear, no one's trying to sneak up beside us. on 676 and go over to Camden instead of getting on the I-76 right here. We go 676 around to Camden and then across straight through Philadelphia. This reminds me of Pittsburgh here a little bit. We have a section of the parkway we call the bathtub on the Parkway East. That's what this reminds me of. We're looping down around here. It says about a mile until we get to the back to I-76. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I guess this is pretty typical for a big city. No worries. We don't get loaded till tomorrow, so no stressing over it. Always makes me laugh how people will zigzag between the lanes because they're worried about the other lane going faster than the one they're in. Don't be those people, guys. The signs for that lane ending have been for the last over a mile, and now they're trying to get up right at the end and nose their way in, like they just figured out that the lane's ending. Definitely feels good to be in the shade. That sun is hot. We finally made it on to 76. Now we have 14 miles to go until we get to 476. 12 miles, I'm sorry. The sign says 12 miles in 14 minutes, and I just don't think that's possible. So we're gonna ease our way through. Surprisingly, in that whole debacle, we only had one close call where, like a friend of mine had on his video a few weeks ago, he had a car come up the berm for no reason, and that's exactly what just happened. This little white car decided that it was gonna try and pass me on the right on the berm at the merge point. So they got pinned between the Jersey barrier and my truck and had to wait for me to go by because they were already back behind my passenger door whenever they tried to, I guess, force me to stop or force me over. I don't know what their thought process was. So yeah, this is 50-mile-an-hour road. We're doing 11. We're getting there. Well, we made it out of the bulk of the traffic. That wasn't too bad as far as the 12 miles and 14 minutes goes. It looked like there was remnants of an accident that had pulled off of the exit ramp, and there was a trooper with them, so now we're heading towards Valley Forge, which is where 476 links up. We're actually able to maintain the speed limit on this road, which is great. Guys, we made it to 476. We are on our way up to Interstate 80. We're going to take Interstate 80 west to Route 219 and 219 north, all the way to Smethport. I don't know if you can see this or not. This company's Mopac, and underneath it says technical animal fat, not intended for human food. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if they use that for some kind of grease or wow. Knows. Interesting. All right, so one of the glories of driving is our old CB radio here. I caught up to the fella and I saw he had an antenna, so I asked him what his product was about, and he said that they use it for biodiesel. Sometimes in animals' food, like dog food and stuff, they use that to help put fat into it for them. So that's pretty cool. I think that's all he said. So if I think of anything else, I will get back to you. But it was neat when I pulled up to him. I saw he had his antenna, so I said, oh, well, I'll holler at him, see what I can find out. He's very courteous on explaining his trade, so good to know. Alright, we're getting off 256. There's a pilot here. We're going to top off our fuel. It's about half. Now this pilot is not very friendly. It's not a truck friendly kind of place. It's very small. It's very congested. I think there's only 8 pumps or 6 pumps. This is always a disaster. Okay, straight across. That's their parking across the street? I don't know. This is what I'm gonna do is line up for a shower, and then we'll get fuel on our way out. All right, we got in line for a shower. It shouldn't be too long. you can see, guys, like this, the way this parking lot goes, everybody that comes in this way has to turn, and then guys that park over here, that wait in line over here, block these pumps. So it's just pretty tight when you get in here. But we're gonna refresh real quick and get back up the road. I think we have about 3 hours left till we get up to the customer, and then we load tomorrow morning. So should be a fun night. All right, we are on Interstate 80 westbound, going up here to the Milton exit, I believe. There is a pretty nasty storm up ahead of us. I caught a picture of it whenever I was on the crest of the hill that I'll put in the video here. It's looking pretty nasty, and we're going straight up through it. We have about 3 hours left to go. Hopefully the wind doesn't toss us around too bad. Check in a little bit once we get a little further north. Oh yeah, it's raining. Yep, this is our exit, 180 towards Williamsport. I was mistaken. I thought it was the Milton exit. The Milton's 147 the opposite direction. So we're gonna go 180 west. Well, guys, we're making it up here on Route 15 with the 167 mile marker, and then we're gonna make it west on Route 6. I think the town was Wellsboro. So far has been pretty gloomy since the rain quit. Foggy. Saw one deer, one doe so far. Got my eyes out and peeled for the more of them, because it's 6:45. Right after a hard rain like that, they'll be out, no doubt. Dropped it 20 degrees. It's 66 degrees outside now. Definitely be on the move. Guys, just look at this view. This is so beautiful. It's incredible. Wow. up to Route 6. Got about a mile left. So far, I spotted 4 whitetail deer in a little clearing. Maybe once we get off the main highway, we'll be able to see some more as the sun goes down. It's close to 7 o'clock now. Camping resort. Sounds like an interesting place. Minutes or so, and we'll be there. Town of Wellsboro. Now we're heading for Gailton and Coudersport. We are close to, if not in the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon. Familiar with Gailton and Coudersport, they are in Potter County, Pennsylvania, which is unofficially named by the locals as God's country. You come up here, this area, in the fall time. Once the fall foliage has started, it is just breathtaking. Jumping on the right hand side over there that I caught out of the corner of my eye. small little town of Galton. Pretty nice little, pretty big lake over here, a little reservoir. Well, we made it here to Coudersport, crossing the Allegheny River. Wee little river up here. Gets a lot bigger as it gets towards Pittsburgh. We're about 30 miles away from the destination, which is the International Wax plant. There's a little restaurant next door that hopefully will still be making food when we get there, and we can grab a decent bite to eat. This guy in front of me here, this truck is TCS, Tank Carrier Services. Towns are pretty much closed up now. It's all just after 8 o'clock. Like an old Sheets here on the corner. This car gives us enough room. Thank you. Of course, a Dollar General. What town doesn't have a Dollar General or 4? And we're gonna make our way up through this canyon now. Well, guys, we made it here to the International Waxes plant. We're gonna get settled in the bunk and wait until about 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we get loaded. So I appreciate everybody following along today. Just remember to like, subscribe, and tell your friends. God bless you. We'll talk to you later.